Hello family and welcome to another Domingueros vlog. In today's video, we are going to make a video that you have been asking me for many months, which is to talk about the abandoned cars here in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates. For years and years, it has been said that the Middle Eastern millionaires, the Arab sheikhs, and the people of Dubai have had many debts and have had to flee the country and have had to leave their cars abandoned. Stay until the end of the video to understand why there are so many luxury cars abandoned in Dubai and how to buy them for a laughable price. So without further ado, into the vlog. Welcome to paradise. Wow, check out the car we have here. Indeed, this Maserati is truly a jewel. And this is just one of the thousands of cars that have been coming here week after week. Just to give you an idea, the cars are seized and sold within days. Every 2 or 3 days, they are constantly selling them. And now you might be asking, but Dominguero, how can I buy those cars? Those cars are bought and sold through auction. In other words, they start from $0 and can end up at $50,000 or $100,000 or $15,000. It all depends on the demand these cars have. Therefore, it's a very interesting system and you can find some spectacular deals. That is to say, if no one is bidding on this Maserati, you could literally buy this car for $10,000. It's closed, but well, the window is down so you can take a look anyway. Personally, I really like the tires. And this detail right here makes it different. The best part is that you can buy these types of cars from anywhere in the world. You just have to bid online and they can send it right to your doorstep. Wow, we even have a classic Rolls-Royce. Just to give you an idea, these kinds of cars here in Dubai are sold very expensively. They are highly valued and usually these cars belong to collectors. Here, it's normal to have more than 10, 15, 20 supercars and apparently many of them have large debts, which leads to their entire collection being seized. Unfortunately, what I like most about this kind of markets is that you find cars of all kinds, including classic cars. This Mercedes is spectacular and surely it is highly valued and will have a very good resale price, as well as more current cars. Here we have a Mercedes AMG V8. Biturbo from the year that is spectacular. Let's take a look, shall we? Wow. What nice cars we are finding. It has carbon fiber all over. And the interior is spectacular. Of course, a perfect opportunity for AMG lovers. As you can see, it has the highest package, all carbon fiber, leather seats, etc. Wow, it looks spectacular. Of course, when you come here, you feel like buying all the cars. Something that surprises me is that everyone has a battery, therefore. It seems that they are constantly changing the inventory. Not all are luxury cars, but they are indeed high-end cars. For instance, here we have an Audi RS4, which is the top of the range. It's the sport line, and it certainly looks spectacular, even though it's dusty because it has actually rained today and it's cleaner than it would normally be. It's for sale, it's second-hand, and it has no issues. Usually these types of cars are seized behind the bank they are, abandoned because they cannot pay loans and leave the country, and end up in these kinds of markets. I'm going to show you the inside so you can see the quality of this car. As you can see, the car is impeccable. The brakes, the tires. Wow. Look inside. It even has the little plastic cover. This car only has 17,000 kilometers. It's new and it's certainly an amazing car. It's a pity to see you here. This even reminds me of a story that a friend told me about having a RS7 and in 1 year he got so many tickets that he had to sell the car to pay for the fines. I think he had over $20,000 in fines. Of course, with these cars with so many horsepower, you get fined quickly. And here the fines in Dubai are not cheap at all. As you can see, there are multiple reasons why these cars end up here and others benefit from it, as these cars were sold much cheaper than what it cost the owner. As you can see, it is fully operational, it's perfect. Even the interior is impeccable. It's just dirty on the outside. It even has the plastic covers on, just out of the dealership. It even has a battery, family. This just came out of the dealership literally a day ago. And here we have a perfect example, fresh out of the oven. As you have seen, it just arrived. The crane has just set it down here and it's ready to be sold. At the location where we are today, we find not only abandoned or seized cars, but also crashed cars, as you can see. Lamborghini, G-Wagon, Ferrari. But I think it's better to leave that for another vlog, so if this video gets 30,000 likes, I will make a video showing the luxury crashed cars, how to repair them, and that way finding gems to enjoy or resell in the future. So now you know, give it love. Actually, I was thinking, why not buy a Ferrari or an abandoned supercar, restore it, and show what the process would be like on the channel. I think it would be great content. So let me know what you think in the comments. Wow! We have here a Range Rover Velar, which is the new model from Range Rover, the range between the Range Rover Sport and the Evoque, which is the one I have. And it looks spectacular, just out of the dealership. Let's look inside. Wow. Spectacular. Without words, it's there, but come on, brand new, brand new. Well, it just hit the market, so there's also not much chance you'll find it deteriorated. For those of you who haven't been following me on the channel for a long time, let me tell you that I am a very entrepreneurial person. So coming here and seeing this kind of business model impacts me a lot, as it is a great opportunity. And it is true that not everyone can buy it, since you need to reside in the United Arab Emirates, so I am thinking of starting to trade with this type of cars, so let me know in the comments if you would like to buy, invest in this type of cars, and surely, many dealerships could make a lot of profit in this regard. Therefore, it is a spectacular business opportunity, since there are hardly any Hispanics here in Dubai, and even fewer who dedicate themselves to the automotive sector. Since getting these contacts is very complicated, of course it is a convenience to be able to buy a car and have a team of people who can check it and deliver it to your doorstep. So, whether it's business idea coming. Wow, I've fallen in love with this Porsche Cayenne. It's spectacular. Look at the interior. It's super well maintained. As you can see, impeccable rims, spectacularly well-maintained brake discs. Literally, here I have other cars that are better maintained than those you find in the second-hand market, since many of the owners didn't have in mind selling them and took very good care of them because they were for personal use. Unfortunately for them, they were taken from their hands, but luckily for others, they have the opportunity to buy them. And honestly, after seeing so much beauty, I'm increasingly getting the urge to buy a new car. What do you think of this BMW X6? In fact, few will know, but before I bought my Range Rover Evoque, I was thinking of getting an X6. So let's take a look. It's certainly spectacular. I'm surprised that it's in such good condition. Wow, check out the interior. Many of those cars even have the key, so you can check that the engine is running properly. So let's see how the beast sounds. Of course, not bad at all. Yes, it is true that many of those cars are not in such good condition, but well, after all, you invest a little bit of money since they are so cheap, it completely pays off. Look at this beauty. It's spectacular, isn't it? Obviously, a good cleaning and a nice repolishing and ready for the mess. Of course, it's not bad at all. It even has its little screens here. Ready for the desert dunes, family. Join me as we go on an adventure. We literally have all the brands that exist in the market. We have here a BMW X5. If you don't like the German cars, we also have Americans. We have here a Charger, and in general, well, we have cars to spare, but they are not all going to fall into this vlog, so I am going to show you what seems to me most reasonable. Let's take a look inside. If you want a part number 2 of abandoned cars, we will take a look and give it to new acquisitions. I am literally speechless at how well maintained these cars are. It's clear that. As I hadn't come to this market before, this is a bargain for people who want to get into buying and selling cars. Or simply buy a car for themselves. It is certainly a very good option. Here you can literally find everything. We have 2 Mustangs here and we have many more cars. However, in this market there are more than 3,000 cars, and these are just the 3,000 cars available this week. Therefore, if you want to see more videos like this, you can come here once a month and show us all the new inventory they have. Since today we're looking at Mustangs, Maserati, Ferrari, but I'm sure that next month we will find Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce, and much more. So give this video some love and we will bring out a series of these kinds of vlogs, which I think are going to be spectacular. So well, you're going to take a look at these Mustangs, right? The truth is they are very well maintained. Take a look at it. Wow, what do you think of this Challenger? It looks spectacular. It's super nice. Of course, I wouldn't mind. I'm torn between this and the Mustang. Let me know in the comments which one you like most. It is indeed very sad to see such well-valued cars in the market being abandoned. Well, it certainly is a very good opportunity for those who want to buy a second-hand car. They come here, buy it for a much lower price than you would in a second-hand market. You can even buy them and then resell them at a higher price in the market, as a business, so to speak. This one is also in very good condition. Let's check out the interior. As you can see, it's completely customized. These are the initials they put on to identify the car and then later be auctioned off. The interior is a bit dirty, but nothing that can't be fixed with a good wash. Check out that beautiful Ford Mustang. Let's take a look inside. It's convertible. Of course, it's perfect. If you're looking for a used car, the best thing is to have these types of markets, repossessed cars, cars from people who have fled the country. It's a very good opportunity to find a great deal. Obviously, not all cars are in good condition. As you can see, the steering wheel is a bit worn. But hey, considering you're getting a bargain, you're going to pay probably 30% less than the second-hand value, which is already cheaper than the original. Well, you invest a little more in it, refine it, and then you can even resell it for a lot more money. In full action, family. Well, it seems that while we are recording, 2 purchases have been made. Wow, family, this has been spectacular. This is a toy store for car enthusiasts. It's certainly spectacular to be able to come here, to buy these kinds of cars that are much more devalued than what the second-hand market would be, which in itself is much cheaper than buying a new car. Of course, with a little maintenance, you have a top-notch car and much cheaper. So I hope you liked it. Remember that if you want a video with crashed cars, how to repair them and sell them in the future, or keep them for yourself for a much cheaper price, this vlog has to reach 30,000 likes. So give love to this video for a second part. Hit like, share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't to be able to see the upcoming vlogs that we will be uploading about it, which I'm sure you don't want to miss. And now indeed I say goodbye and see you in the next vlog in just a few days. Goodbye, family.